5 faces, 1 truth. The room was locked from the inside, 6 people were present, and 1 was dead. But the strangest thing, the clock on the wall had stopped at 8:17, while everyone claimed the death happened after 8:30. The sound of heavy rain deepened the silence inside the old mansion. Located far from the city, hidden among dark hills, Victor Rathbone's estate had turned into a trap that night. Lying on the floor was Victor's body, a wealthy, powerful businessman with more enemies than allies. Inside the room stood 5 people: Nina, Victor's wife Erin, Victor's son Chloe, Erin's fiancé Ryan, Victor's business partner George, the mansion's longtime caretaker, and the 6th, Victor, now nothing more than a corpse. Ethan Carter, the detective, started the investigation. The door was locked from the inside, Ethan said, scanning the room. And the windows are sealed, which means the killer is here, among us. Nina's voice trembled. "What are you trying to say?" "I mean exactly what it sounds like," Ethan replied. "One of the 5 of you is the killer." The clock on the wall showed 8:17. "And the time of death?" Ethan asked. Ryan answered, "Around 8:30. We were all in the dining hall. Victor was in his study." Erin nodded. "I went to call him at 8:35. That's when I found him like this." Ethan looked back at the clock. If the death happened after 8:30, then why did the clock stop at 8:17? No one had an answer. "All right," Ethan said, turning to them. "Everyone, tell me where you were between 8 and 8:40. Nina: "I was in the kitchen, preparing dinner." Erin: "In my room, on a call." Chloe: "In the garden, getting some air." Ryan: "In the hall, having a drink." George: "In the storage room, checking supplies." Different stories, but every single one of them had the opportunity. Ethan slowly walked around the room. "How did Victor die?" Ryan said. "Poison. The doctor confirmed it." "And when was the poison administered?" "Probably before dinner, or in a drink." Ethan picked up the glass from the table. "What was the last thing Victor had?" Nina replied, "His usual, whiskey." Ethan examined the empty glass. "So the poison was in this." "But," Ethan paused, "if poison was used, the killer knew Victor would drink it, which means the killer knew him well." Silence spread across the room. Suddenly, Ethan noticed something, a small scratch mark just below the clock on the wall. He stepped closer. "Was this here before?" he asked. George replied, "No, sir, that looks new." Ethan studied the clock carefully. "This clock runs on batteries?" "Yes," Erin said. Ethan took it down and checked the back. The battery was slightly loose. "Interesting," he murmured. "The clock stopped at 8:17 because someone loosened the battery to manipulate the time of death." Everyone froze. Chloe asked, "Why?" "To hide the real time of death," Ethan replied. "Victor didn't die after 8:30. He died at exactly 8:17. A heavy silence filled the room. "But at 8:17, Erin hesitated. "We were all in different places." Ethan gave a faint smile. "Exactly. Now think, who had access to Victor at 8:17 and wouldn't immediately be suspected?" Everyone looked at each other. Nina, the wife; Erin, the son; Ryan, the partner; Chloe, the outsider; George, the caretaker. Each of them carried suspicion. Ethan spoke again, softly. "But there's something strange." "George." "Yes, sir?" "You said you were in the storage room." "Yes." "Where's the key to the storage room?" George froze. "The key? I always keep it with me." "Show me," Ethan said. George pulled the key from his pocket. Ethan examined it closely. Then he looked up. His eyes locked onto someone in the room. "And now," he said slowly, "I know exactly who the killer is." Everyone froze. The rain outside grew louder. "But I won't reveal it, just yet. Because there's one detail you probably missed. The clock, the poison, and that key, they don't match. Look closely and tell me, who is lying?" Comment your answer before part 2 drops. Follow to see if you're right and to uncover the truth.